All right, everybody, how you doing? We're going to go through and take a look at a couple things with the template for this Marble Lab, and then we're also going to show you, or I'm going to show you how to put in your tables and graphs from the work that we did last week. Okay, so kind of like before, we have the red lettering. You're going to delete that and fill it in whatever it tells to do. So obviously you got to do a title for the first one. You got your first and last name, due date, class hour. And then remember your abstract is going to be just a real brief explanation of what we did in the lab and then major results and conclusions. So it doesn't, if you're not repeating the whole conclusion, you're not writing out a whole conclusion. It's just a short paragraph that just gives kind of the highlights. What did we do? And what are the major things you found out? Okay. And then here's our equipment we use. Here's our procedure. And then here's where you're going to add in the information about the question, hypothesis, what are your variables, manipulated responding variable, and 3 control variables. You should be able to get that from the data or the stuff that you did last week, last Monday. And we have question 2 here as well. And then this is where we're going to fill in our data table. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to add in our graphs first. So there's a total of 4 graphs and there's a total of 6 data tables. Okay. So we're going to put our graphs in first. We're going to do 2 per page. And then we're going to label each of them figure 1, figure 2, and figure 3, and figure 4, and so on. Okay. And then same with the data tables. You're going to put 3 in per page and you're going to label them figure 1 or table 1, I'm sorry, table 2, table 3, and so on. All right, so we got to make sure we're separate. So first thing we're going to put in is our graph. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to delete this. All right, and we're going to put figure 1. Okay. So let's make this black lettering instead of red. Change that. Okay. Then right below that, we're going to copy in our first graph. All right. So here's my data tables and the graphs that we worked on last week. Here's my first graph, the effective ramp height on average speed. So I'm going to go in, click on the graph, click on the upper right-hand corner, copy the chart. Okay. Go to my document. I'm going to paste the chart. And it should get pasted right there. Okay. And then right below that, I'm going to write in figure 2. Okay. And then I'm going to put in my next graph, which is the ramp height and its effect on acceleration. Copy, go back to my document, and I'm going to paste it there. Unlinked, paste. Okay, now you notice that it kind of bumps it down to the next page. So what I can do is if I click on this first graph and just kind of minimize it or make it a little smaller, that other one should pop in there. All right, so now I have both those on the same page. Okay, figure 1, figure 2. Okay, as I slide down, all right, this would be figure 3. Okay, and that's where I'm going to put my next graph. Put my next graph in there, which is the acceleration one. Copy. Paste, paste without unlink. There it goes. And then right below that, figure 4. And we'll put in our last graph, which is the speed. Paste that in there. There you go. I kind of did the same thing again. So again, if I click on this graph, make it a little smaller, the other one should pop up there. Now I got 2 graphs per page. Okay. And now I got to put in my next thing. Oopsie. Go back here. and we're going to put in my data table. So these are called table 1. Okay, and that's going to go, I'm going to take a look at table 1 so I can copy, whoopsie, I'll copy all of this. Okay, go to up here, copy, go to my document. I'm going to paste that in there. Again, paste it unlinked. There's table 1. Okay, right below that, we got table 2. Go in here, copy all of this. There's my table 2. Edit, copy, and then paste that in there without linked. There you go. So there's table 2. All right, so, and you just continue that on with the other tables as well. So now we're going to have my 6 tables in there. So I just did the first 2, you should do the next 4. All right, so you go back here, do this table, and the other 4 tables. All right, so eventually we should end up with 4 graphs, figure 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we should end up with 4 or 6 tables, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now the nice thing is, obviously, with any kind of document like this, if you screw up or make a mistake, we always have the handy dandy up here, undo, edit. If you go to edit and undo, you can remove those things. Okay, you can see it's undoing those things as I go. All right, so hopefully that's helpful. Whoops, hopefully that's helpful as we go through this, and let me know if you have questions.